Today is Monday, August 21st, and this is my garden diary. It's about 96 degrees. It's a little overcast. It says that it's only like a 10% chance it's going to rain, and it's like 3 something in the afternoon. Anyway, I thought I would go ahead and do an update since it's so beautiful outside. This is going to be my chrysanthemum that's going to be blooming here shortly. I'm looking forward to that. It's really pretty. Bougainvilleas are blooming like crazy. And then anytime there's a big wind or anything, it dumps a bunch of the, I forget what they call those. They're not the flowers, but whatever that is called. They blow everywhere. There's some okra growing, and we kind of cleaned out this bed and got rid of the melons. I tried to trim back some of my petunias. It's so pretty, that coleus. And my umbrella plant back here is doing pretty good. It's got lots of new growth on it, so I'll be glad. I mean, there's still some not beautiful parts to it, but it's got lots of little tiny growth in there, so that's good. That's the Cuphea. I think there's a lantana in with the palm tree, and we really need to cover the roots on the palm. Another job. Pomegranate seems to be okay with this heat that it's had this summer. The oleanders are doing pretty good. This poor little plant sometimes doesn't get enough water because we're on a watering system for every few days, and so that doesn't always work out best for some of these plants, especially ones that are potted. I'm hoping that this bougainvillea will be our thumbnail, or a choice for the thumbnail. I think it's so pretty. Lantana is still thriving. We're getting quite a few tomatoes on here, but we're gonna have to cover them because the birds just go crazy as soon as they find tomatoes anywhere. The plumbago back here is blooming still. I wish it was all blooming at once because it's beautiful when it is. But I just love that blue. I think that's a gorgeous blue. There's also, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like spider webs everywhere, and right now we are having a huge amount of black widows, so we're having to kind of watch wherever you touch. Of course, that's always been the case, but it's even more so now. just because they seem to be going crazy. The tomatillos are doing good. I think that's the time that you pick them, is when they get the ones like that. So I think tonight we will be picking some tomatillos that look like they're ready. And that's the good thing about these. The birds don't mess with them because they don't realize that they're ripe. I got a palm tree that came up back here that I got to pull out of there. And I've cut down some of my bulbs, but I haven't. I want to move them. I don't, because we need to raise the soil in the bed here. And this has got all of our roots and stuff that we're pulling out. These are just huge, these photinia roots. They're massive. So I've been digging and cutting and doing all sorts of things in here. And then we're taking out the rose bushes as well. They're kind of diseased and such. And I want to remove the black mulch here and make this part of the garden at some point, once we get the soil or environment fixed up. Our peppers are not, they're looking pretty sad. Last year we had beautiful peppers. This year, I think by the tomatoes cropping up where they did, and we allowed them in there even though they were volunteers, and I think we should have pulled them. And just a lesson learned is we didn't plant those there, and because of that, we thought they'd be all right, but they really crowded out the peppers, and I think they were too shaded and they didn't get the growth on them that they normally would have. And I think they're having a hard time bouncing back because now they're getting the afternoon sun where they never had it before. The eggplants are going crazy, and the okra is too. The okra's loving this heat. There's an eggplant. There's another one. There's another one. There's one that's probably about ready to be picked. That's the swamp cooler going crazy. We pulled out this Roma tomato because it was looking pretty nasty. Here's some eggplant. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 right now. Oh, 6. I see another one back in there. Got lots of wasps. Oh, and then I'm going to pick all of these seeds. These are lantana seeds, those black things. And I can use those to replant this plant. So I feel good that I always thought you had to propagate lantana, but it seems like you can use the seeds in this particular variety anyway. And then here's my eggplant over here. Oh, there's a zucchini. Did not notice that before. We found some cucumber too, even though Oh, there's some zucchini. It didn't seem to have made it, the cucumber, but there was one in this bed with the Swiss chard, and I forgot that I planted one there, and it kind of got choked out, but not really, because when we removed the tomato plant, then I started playing around in here with the Swiss chard, and there was a cucumber. My strawberry tower is doing pretty well. Getting some strawberries. So I will pick those probably this evening. This is a cherry tomato, but again, they're in such a vulnerable spot that I just see the birds getting them before I ever get a chance to munch on any of them. I hate this netting, but I am trying to save some. And then even in the one back here, we put some netting up, and within the center there were two tomatoes, and they're gone. So I don't even know how they got in there, because there isn't any way, there's no holes, but somehow they got through. Anyway, that's our garden diary. Thanks for watching. Today is Thursday, August 17th, and this is what we got in the garden. We got 3 Japanese eggplant. We have some okra, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. 3 little cherry tomatoes that came off of the self-watering, and then we've got some Anaheim peppers, some jalapenos, and some serranos. Today is Sunday, the 20th of August, and this is what we got out of the garden. Okra, some peppers, a few little tomatoes, and 2 Japanese eggplant.